How's it going, everyone? It's your boy. Should really stop doing that. Welcome. Today we're talking about something very intertwined with gaming. Violence. Yeah, I know there are cozy games out there. You have your Stardew Valley and Sims and stuff, and debatably even Sims has violence in it if you really want to. But 90% of games have you fight people, which is fair. It's in our nature, and we can't escape it. But without that philosophy in mind, yeah, let's do this. I have games. What have I got? The Tilting Tower. I have multiple games here from my collection, different styles, but all of them. What I want to cover is mainly video game fighting mechanics, because to be fair, some games did it good and some games did it bad. So I want to go through some of the games that have a bit more interesting fighting mechanic or something that maybe revolutionized. Some of them are really it's probably expected for some of the stuff I have here. It's a bit all over the place, but I swear I have some stuff here that's interesting and you probably haven't heard of, and you probably have heard of. We're gonna go for all of it. I have this ghetto setup here and it's a bit funky, but we'll manage. Okay, I'm gonna start with a game that you probably heard before about. It's called Oni. I'm not gonna go through the whole history. It's made by X and X and Y and Z, because I don't think I have the time for it. You can go on Wikipedia as well. I do that on my videos, so yeah, I'm gonna keep that out. If it's written somewhere, I'm gonna mention it, but other than that, I'm gonna quickly go through it and say why I think these games do their stuff. But anyway, Oni. This was made, I believe, in very... you can see it by the cover. It's immediately gives you that Ghost in the Shell vibe. The developers confirmed that it is the case. They really did inspire it. They try not to say too much about it, but it's kind of obvious. I haven't reached this one yet to play it, so yeah, that's a bit on me. I have some games here that I haven't got to play yet, but I know enough about to talk about. If you don't like what I'm talking about, you can leave a comment and tell me how dumb I am. But they try to do something interesting. They try to do something where everything that you do has some sort of action. Like if you crouch and you kick, you do a lower kick, like a swipe. If you can do uppercuts, you can do backflip, bat. I think they did a really cool thing. It's one of those old games that were very ambitious, and they did a lot of cool stuff. You can do parkour fighting. It's kind of in that regard, it's kind of like Mirror's Edge, but imagine Mirror's Edge in third person with guns and more choices when it comes to combat, because this is basically what I'm trying to get here with all these games here. I try to pick stuff that's not like Mortal Kombat or Tekken or Street Fighter or anything that's like a fighting game, because those do have their own mechanics, and obviously they're meant to beat the crap out of people. But I try to get something that's a bit more... It's not the main focus of the game, but at the same time, they did something interesting with the combat. It's something different. But anyway, Oni. This is one. This is one of the games. What the fuck is wrong with me? Okay, let me put something that you probably haven't heard about, because I haven't heard about this one myself either until I found it. Ren Goku. This is the second game in the series. I need to find the first one. Here in Europe, in this part of the world, it's kind of hard to find. I believe they shipped it here, but no one really cares. People play fucking FIFA. People don't really know what the fuck they're doing. But anyway, fuck that. We're not talking about them. We're talking about us. We're true gamers, okay? We're the Sigma gamers. Fuck me. You're Sigma for playing this. Okay, let's just stop fucking around. This is Ren Goku. I actually found this by accident. Someone around here, actually not in this country. I think it was from Poland. We have a store here. I'm not gonna go into detail, but anyway, I found this. This was cool, and I was like, "What? It looks interesting." And I finished this. Almost. It has 3 endings, and the one of the endings is kind of you need to go for 100 floors and just kill everything on sight. This is basically what I'm talking about. This is a game. Its whole purpose is to kill, straight up. You don't have anything else to do in this game. There's just that. And how it works is basically you're playing this weird android thing you see in the cover. And I'm not gonna go into the story too much because it's a bit not important, but at the same time it's really like you're in this tower and you're reaching heaven or whatever metaphors and stuff. You basically are like you're like the what was it, like T-1000, the molten metal guy from Terminator 2, kind of like that, except when you kill enemies you can get parts of them and you can turn your body, including your like head and chest, into guns and swords and axes and stuff. You can shoot like rocket launchers out of your ass and shit. Like I'm not even I'm making, okay, maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration, but you can make your head into like a revolver or a rocket launcher, which is cool. It's very reliant on lock-in, kind of like in Dark Souls, you know, you lock into an enemy, you can play without, but at the same time this is a PSP game, so you have one fucking, what am I talking about, one analog stick, so you kind of have no other option but to use the local the lock-on thingy. Over 300 weapons and upgrades. Defeat enemies to take their weapons. I think the biggest thing, you really should try it out for yourself. I'm gonna have gameplay on the screen as well, but this is a cool game. It took me a bit to finish the main campaign, and after I just opened for like 100 levels, I was like, okay, I'm gonna stop here. I already saw the ending and stuff. It's cool. It's nice. I want to get the first one too and have both of them because they wanted to make a fucking gases. They wanted to make two. You want to make a third game for this, but it got cancelled. But anyway, Ren Goku. It was fun. This was fun to play, and I really recommend it. Something I don't think a lot of people know about this. I think it's one of those hidden gems. I wonder if Metal Jesus knows about it. He probably does. Going back here. Right, this one you definitely heard about. I think from here on, it's kind of a mix. Some of the stuff you probably know, some of them you don't. We're getting into the mainstream. We're talking about Demon Souls. And I'm not talking about specifically only this. I'm mainly referring to the whole like Soulsborne genre. I actually have here the next one. This game is kind of like in a bundle. I have a Jedi Fallen Order here as well. And you can put Jedi Survivor as well. You can put anything, whatever. Any Souls-like you want here, because the combat is kind of the same. I should have brought Bloodborne as well, because I have that too, but I didn't. I forgot about it. I'm not gonna go back now. I'm too lazy to do it. I don't know what the fuck they did. Let me just put Jedi Fallen Order on the side. This is like a fucking, actually, since I'm here, this chonker has like 1 million discs. You can check this one out. And it's through EA. You know you can't install it without having the game on Steam, it was on Origin back then, right? I think it was Origin. Yeah, it was Origin. Look at this fucking piece of shit. And because of this craptastic looking piece of software, it's now you can't do anything with the disc. There are means to activate it, obviously, but without getting the actual files from the launcher, it's kind of hard to do it with the disc or like offline or something. I keep it because it's nice. Like, I mean, you can't tell me how many discs are there? 7 discs. Big chonker. I have bigger boxes, but you know. Yeah, good here. But anyway, we're talking about Demon Souls focused because From Software did some I don't know what pot they were smoking, but they did stuff and they cooked. They cooked before we had the term. They also did I should have added that as well. I did the Armored Core, which is basically Dark Souls with mechs. I've played both of them. Demon Souls and Dark Souls 1 and almost Dark Souls 2 and a lot of other Souls-likes I have finished. I can't finish any Armored Core game. I want to eventually, but these are like huge fucking games with like a lot of complex mechanics and hard to play. They're hard games, harder than Dark Souls. There you go. Dark Souls is not that hard. If you can do the tutorial in Cuphead, you can do that. You can eventually play this game and finish it. It's not that incredibly complicated. Oh, there's a receipt. Just didn't know what this is. Nice. Anyway, yeah, the lock-on mechanic comes back with this with a vengeance. You can use lock-on. I've seen people playing Souls games without lock-on, people that did with lock-on. So it's a matter of preference. Ooh, that's an older one. Dark Messiah of Might and Magic. I think I was debating putting. Actually, I don't have it physical. Or actually, do I? No, I don't. I was debating to put Half-Life here as well, but at the same time, Half-Life isn't really focused on. I think Ubisoft. Jesus Christ. How the mighty have fallen. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, Half-Life. Yeah, Half-Life is more about shooting people than fighting. This is a bit more close quarter combat, swords and sorcery and magic and stabbing people. It's a really cool game. It's made in the Half-Life, it's in the Source engine. This is cool about the game. It focuses a lot on physics-based combat. You can throw like pieces of wood and like barrels and rocks and stuff around you. You can use magic to destroy maybe structural points and stuff and make stuff fall on enemies. You can use the bodies against them. It's very physics based and it's really cool. I have finished this a while ago, like a long time ago. One thing that I keep thinking is like the demon lady in your head. If you play the game, you know what I'm talking about. The first crush of a lot of people when they first started playing video games, especially this one. Okay, I was debating putting this, but this is a bit out of the not necessarily sure, fuck it, I'm gonna just put it here. Prototype and Prototype 2, because it's basically the same game. I was really not sure if I should add this one, because it's not necessarily fighting, it's more like you just destroy everything. And I think you can add this to this list any superhero, like Spider-Man Web of Shadows, which by the way was made before this. So Web of Shadows kind of like the first game, and then the Activision came with this, and it was like, sure. Can't remember the story exactly. They wanted to do Spider-Man, but they didn't have, I don't know the backstory of it. Okay, let me just stop before I say anything stupid. Infamous, Web of Shadows, anything that has like destruction. I would have added Infamous here as well. I just, again, was too lazy to pick it up from the shelf. And I don't have all of them. I missed like one or two of them. Haven't played yet. I get to it eventually. Oh, this is a good one. Sleeping Dogs. This is the definitive edition for PS4. And this is what I was talking about. This is a game where it was initially meant to be part of the true crime series, but they had, oh god, this is like, okay, I'm gonna need another case for this. I'm not covering it. It's redeemed, so it's okay. This is one of those games where it's kind of like, I don't want to say it's kind of like GTA, because everyone says that it's lame, but it's Hong Kong kung fu open world driver thing. And martial art is kind of like the main thing. You have guns, but they're more like power-ups. You just pick them up and you shoot them until you run out of ammo, or you drop them. And then once you run out of ammo, you just drop them and you're done with it. You go back to fisticuffs, or more like fist without fisticuffs. You don't have fisticuffs. You just have fists and kicks and shit. For a very long time, I was going through the fight clubs and beating everyone up in that area. I mean, the fighting mechanic is really cool. It's very basic, so it has it's very God of War-ish, actually, if I think about it. You have light attack, heavy attack, because the kicks and punches are like depending on the combo you do though. It's kind of like that. It's really cool. You have the counter, you have the blocking, you have really cool stuff for an open world game. Which can we have this back? Can we have more games where you have an open world, but you have the combat that doesn't feel like you've hit something and you've actually hit nothing? God of War, I know you're there, and I'm talking about you. And I'm also talking about a lot of modern games. What the fuck is wrong with Assassin's Creed nowadays? One of the last ones, the RPG Creeds, whatever. I have it on my fucking door. You can't see it from here. It's like a poster, but I put it there because I didn't have anything else to put. So, but I fucking hate Odyssey with a passion now. But okay, I need to stop. I need to stop, otherwise I'm gonna fucking rant all day. In the newer Assassin's Creed games, when you hit something, you kind of don't feel it. You feel like you hit a sponge. It's not really satisfying. With this, you punch someone and you feel it. You feel like you committed crime. You feel like you mauled someone's like jaw off. But anyway, Sleeping Dogs, cool game. Gonna play it. Really good. Oh, I'm gonna keep these ones for last, because these are actually the reason why I want to start this video. I know I said I don't include fighting games, but this is a bit different. I have two of them actually. It's from the same series, but localization changed their name or stuff. So I have Sword of the Samurai and Kango Zero. Let me try. So yeah, the lights are strong. Anyway, you're gonna see it better here. I've played Sword of the Samurai. This one, haven't played Kango Zero yet, but I know it's in the same series. I know. It was really just why did it open so hard? Anyway, I believe. Oh yeah, this is in German or something. Name this characters. Yeah, insulted some people. Anyway, oh yeah, it's in languages. Definitely languages. This is definitely a language. Okay. Why I added them? Because I don't know about Kango Zero. I'm gonna put this on the side. I haven't got to play it yet. I know it's really it looks cool, and based on this, I kind of know what to expect, but I don't really know what they added new in this. So I'm gonna put it on the side. This is done. We talked about this one. But we'll talk about this one because I actually played it. It's kind of like the PS1 game. What was it called? Battle Arena Toshinden, I think, where you fight someone with a sword, like the weeb that you are, because I am a weeb. You can die for like 2 hits. You can take it more if you do like normal train, because you have two types of combat in this game, or like 2 types of styles of fights. They just call it like that. You have the official tournaments that happen in the like cities and villages and stuff, where you fight with wooden swords. You can like visit dojos and you can learn new techniques, and you can actually tailor make your own like fighting style. You start with the base stances that allow you to have different attacks, and then you place your attacks in different combinations that you can make. So you can basically create your own sword stances and sword like combat techniques and shit. Which is really cool. But you have that with wooden swords, and you also have either real missions that you need to go like through the map, and like it's kind of like third person or like Resident Evil style camera, where you can go and either assassinate some lord or save a princess or something. Then you also have the illegal tournaments. I need to breathe. Those are with real swords, and those are cool because you can bleed. So a really good hit can kill you instantly, but even if you miss, you can start bleeding and you can bleed out. So you either defeat him before you bleed out, or you just die. So there's no escaping. You either win or you lose. And this game it doesn't have permadeath, but you need to save manually every day, because every day you go to sleep and then you choose where you want to go and do stuff. And if you don't save for like 2 or 3 days, well, you're kind of screwed if you decided to go on a mission or do some illegal sword fighting in the streets at night. We need more of this stuff. We need games. We need, like, not even samurai. Just give me a game with a sword. Give me a sword or a blade or something, and let me just cut through someone. Which I'm gonna have another example here. I'm gonna bring it up probably at the end of the video. But anyway, we're done with this. I have 2 of them here, but we're gonna mainly talk about one. But it's mainly the Matrix Path of Neo on PS2 or Xbox or whatever you want. It's on PC as well, actually. You can't buy it anymore. I mean, you can play it in ways, but anyway, I said 2. I have entered the Matrix here for the original Xbox. The only reason I brought it is because it has a cool box. I mean, look at it. Look at this. This is amazing. Why don't we have covers like this? We need more covers like this. Imagine like Cyberpunk 2077 having this. This is really cool. That's the only reason I wanted to bring it here. I was talking about Matrix, so I was like, you know what? Sure, I'm gonna show it. But anyway, stay there. Fuck you. Anyway, Matrix Path of Neo. I have no idea how many times I've played this. I've finished it maybe like 11, 12, 13. Oh, this is in a language as well, which I think it's Italian. Yes, it's Italian. Okay, those Italians and their boxes with stuff. That's how you collect games in Europe. You kind of have to sometimes compromise when you're looking for stuff like this. Anyway, yeah, the manual's in Italian as well, of course. I played this a lot, mainly because of the combat style. I didn't care about the story anymore. I've already seen the movies like a million times, but the combat is really cool. I don't know how to describe it nowadays, but it's kind of like a brawler where the circle button is kind of like a trigger for multiple abilities. So if you go, it's kind of like the grab mechanic in fighting games, which is just one button, and from there, depending on your inputs, it's kind of like a Mortal Kombat fatality. So for example, if you go to an enemy soldier or something, you press circle, or I don't have a control. Actually, I think I have. Give me a second. You would go to someone and you'll press circle. It will start this like weird animation where you grab them, and then for example, if you keep pressing circle or an attack, you would do like the barrage of punches, like a JoJo style. If you like circle and then you like spin your analog, you can throw him like by spinning him by the legs. You have a lot of like freedom to choose whatever the fuck you want to do. And circle is kind of like the core one, kind of like in God of War. Well, it's nothing like God of War, but I don't know why I said that. The old God of War, actually, I was thinking about that one, not the new one. So it's still unrelated. I don't know why I brought it up, but fuck it, I'm stupid. But yeah, really cool game. Try and find it and play it. It's really worth it. Especially if you like the Matrix, you have a lot of cool scenes that are recreated. You can do the Matrix dodge thing. Later on in the game, it evolves. The same ability evolves into the like Neo holding his hand and the bullets stop in the air and you can shoot them back at them. It's really cool. It's really, really cool. I'm hearing sounds outside. My hearing works. Anyway, another pair of two. This is ironic because they have man in them. So I have the Amazing Spider-Man, don't forget the hyphen, and this is not a focus one. This is a fine game. This is a cool game. I'm gonna say now, the mechanic is fine. I have Spider-Man PS4 as well, which is kind of related to this one too, through the fighting mechanic, but I'm gonna bring it up. But not this. This one's close. It was like on the shelf. I was playing it already, so it's not a focus on the video. It's an amazing game. Yeah, fuck me, sorry. But the one that I was talking about, that actually like brought everything. It's not this one specifically, but it's the Arkham series, and I have the Batman Arkham City. And the only reason I have Arkham Asylum, but the only reason I brought this is because it has the cool cover on it. It has the holographic thing where it moves, and you have Batman there being like, and Robin being like sad. I haven't played this in a really long time. But it doesn't matter because the combat stays the same in the whole series, and it inspired a lot of other games to do the same thing. The Amazing Spider-Man, Spider-Man PS4, a lot of the games that have I believe Watch Dogs kind of does the same thing, but it's not that dramatic. Because in Spider-Man and in the Arkham series, you can like zip around the map. You see an enemy that's about to attack, and you can just teleport to him. Basically, you can just dash, like ninja dash. But anyway, this revolutionized combat for a very long time with like the action games. That's an ass. Let me just open this up. There you go. I don't remember having 2 discs on this. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, let's see here. Robin. I'm also checking these are like, because I don't open them very often. They just sit in the shelf. This is a cool game that changed a lot. I don't think it needs any introduction. I just wanted to bring it up because it's a really cool game. It's a really good combat system. I mean, I see it everywhere nowadays, so it's kind of like I don't really know anything else to say about it, but the cover's cool, so we have that. So I'm just staring at the ass. I'm sorry. Okay, I have something. I don't know what they were smoking. I just brought it because it's a really interesting novelty. Heavenly Sword. This is one of the original PS3 games that launched. It has the Spider-Man font in them, so that's how you can tell it's an old game. This is again, a lot of people they're comparing it to God of War, and when I first got my PS3 like 6 years ago, or I can't remember, I lost track of it. This is in a language as well. Yeah, I don't really care as long as I can play them. So if it doesn't say Tarzan, the cover is in English, I'm fine. I'm okay with it. A lot of people compare it to the old God of War games, and when I first got my console, I thought I'm gonna get that, but I didn't. The game's fine. It's cool. It has some cool mechanics. They actually implemented the movement, like you hold the controller and you move it. So you have this like disc thing that you can throw with a girl, and you can control it in the air with your controller, like actually moving your controller. It was fine, but the odd thing, that's why I said that I don't know what they were smoking back then. I mean, it's easy to say nowadays that because we have everything standardized, either through different game mechanics, like you either have the normal square and triangle combos like in God of War, like the old ones, or you have stuff like Dark Souls, where you attack with the bumpers and triggers and you lock on. We have standardized styles now, but this was new back then. Even though God of War was on PS2, so they could, I don't know, they tried to do something new with this. And you attack with the analog sticks. I have to correct something here. It's been a while since I've played this, like a million years ago, but you do attack with the front-facing buttons, but you dodge with the right analog stick. It's kind of a weird-ish control scheme still, but you don't necessarily attack with the analog. I think that was another game that I was thinking about. I don't know. You get used to it after a while if you keep on with it. But that's why I want to bring it more like a novelty, like a honorable mention, because it's a good game, but it's not the greatest. Ninja Theory, so they try to do something new, I think. Honestly, I don't know about I don't know a lot about the development history of this game, so if you know something that I don't, leave a comment. Does Heaven's Sword? Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm stupid. Anyway, there's another one that you probably guys know about. Devil May Cry. This is the HD trilogy, and can we? Okay, let's talk about. I fucking hate Devil May Cry 2. Sorry about that. Is there something new that I can say about this series that a lot of people didn't say? It's high octane action. You get rewarded by being cool. It's one of those easy to learn but hard to master games where you learn the mechanics and then you go wild with them. You need to keep maintaining combos and scores and stuff. It's a really cool series. I should have brought Devil May Cry 5 because I have it, but this was easier to get. Yeah, I think my copy of 5 is like behind some other games on the PC section, and the PC section looks like this. So yeah, but this is the old games are cool. Devil May Cry 3 was like really, they changed the game and the series entirely, because 4 and 5 basically kept what 3 did, and then they re-released 3 with the stuff from 5. And what I'm talking about is like the style changing. If you play this game, you've played this game, so you know what I'm talking about. You can change styles mid-combat, where before you couldn't. You have to pause the game, or you have to like reset the mission to change your style. Really fun series, and I'm thinking about stuff that I want to say about this, because I think people know about Devil May Cry at this point, and they know how chaotic the combat can become. But this is one of the staples of like all time when you're talking about combat in video games. You juggle enemies in the air, and you reach triple S, and you get hyped. In Devil May Cry 5, they changed the music mid-battle, like the lyrics and the middle. What's the thing in songs called now? Anyway, I don't know, I can't remember. And the commentator of the game goes like, smoking sexy style, and like it's hype, it's cool, and it's all based on the combat. Like the whole game is the combat. The story, it's kind of like, yeah, you in the first game you fill her Dark Soul with light, and in 3 you fight your brother a million times. There's no 2 in between. It says it in the box. Experience the iconic genre-defining Devil May Cry series in stunning high definition. Okay, this is like their thing. But yeah, you know about it. Go and play it if you haven't. I don't know how to explain. You spin people around in the air and just cut them and make them shish kebab, and then you get stabbed by like as Dante. You get stabbed like a million times. That's like one of the tropes. If a game has Dante in it and he doesn't get stabbed, I'm gonna fucking eat my shorts.
Over the years, I've been stabbed and jabbed by a number of things. But who would have ever guessed?
Okay, last 2 games. I'm gonna start with the runner-up, because it's a really fun game and I'm currently playing it. The Jedi Knight games. I have the PS4 collection for Outcast and Jedi Academy. I'm playing this on PC, and I would highly recommend people to play it on PC. I got it because I really wanted a physical copy, and who knows when I'm gonna get a physical box on PC. So this is the next best thing. I tried it once. I opened up Jedi Academy and played around with it. It's a bit odd to get used to it on console when you've played this game all your life on mouse and keyboard, but it's a really cool game. Honestly, on PC, if you can get it with like put some mods and like some shaders on it and stuff, you can make it look really cool. It's a dated game. I know that I don't know if personally I don't care about graphics that much. This game looks fine. I mean, to this day, I still think like Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver still looks fine. But I know that people out there are very anal about this, so yeah, I guess sometimes the graphics won't really hold up for some people, but I'm not gonna be mean with you, okay? I'm gonna stop. As someone who played multiplayer back in the day and was part of a Sith clan, had my tag as Dart and everything, I got like knighted with this lightsaber on the shoulders and everything. It was cool, it was fun. We were role-playing before role-playing was a thing. We were LARPing in VR. Not a VR, in like virtual... Well, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. The higher up two, like, Sith lords of the clan were like really good, and they taught us a lot of cool shit. And that's how I learned how to play this game, even though I still struggle sometimes. If you raise the difficulty in the story mode for like Jedi Knight or Master, it becomes kind of unfair because they just give more damage to the enemies and less damage to you, which is kind of cheating. But I started replaying this just for the heck of it, and gave me the idea to make this video. This is actually one of the games that made me want to do it. This is a runner-up. The actual big reason is the next one. But it's basically it's lightsabers that actually behave. Actually, let me bring up Fallen Order again as a good comparison. Fallen Order did some cool stuff with the lightsaber, but at the same time it's a Souls-like, and it's it still has the issue that a lot of Star Wars games have, where the saber is basically, you feel like it's a glow stick or something. It's a bat. It's something blunt. I mean, Jedi Fallen Order did a good job. There's also Force Unleashed, which, don't get me wrong, it's a fucking godly game. It's Game of the Year in my room. Fuck Disney for not making it canon. That game made lightsabers feel weird, and this game kind of like, you still have to like do like 2 or 3 hits to kill someone, and with bosses, that's just, you fight a dude with a lightsaber and you still hit him, and you see the saber, like, sometimes you see them stabbed, and they're just fine. So, I don't know, what the fuck, Star Wars? Do your sabers justice and make them sabers. They make them lightsabers. They're like plasma or whatever it is. Magnesium, magnetized sun energy, I don't know. With Jedi Knight, to be fair, you still kind of have that. They have health bars, but any contact with the saber while an attack is happening will deal damage. If you attack and you miss and the opponent attacks you, you're basically dead. If you attack them and they attack with like a slower attack, I'm saying attack a lot of times, and you hit them back, that's basically a lost hand at this point. You're Obi-Waning people in this game. But yeah, go ahead and play it. It's cool. I haven't played Jedi Outcast. I played it once or twice, but I haven't finished it. And honestly, I don't really know the story. Still, I know the history. I've seen the YouTube videos. Kyle Katarn is one of the GOATest Jedis. Motherfucker, I was playing Jedi Academy like a couple of days ago, and I was in one of those missions where you need to like fight Imperial soldiers and you're with him. Motherfucker was like laughing at them. And he was murdering everyone, and the last guy got force choked. The New Republic would have a fucking heart attack if they seen this guy. But anyway, I'm just Star Wars talking at this point. Cool game. Fun. Go and play it. Go and find a copy. I think it's pretty cheap. It's an old game. You can get it on Steam. Last game, the one that actually I wanted to talk about for a very long time. I don't even know how to start with this game, but I think it's one of those things where you just, I don't know, fucking Sifu, or how Ranton says it, Shifu.
This game should be called Shifu, not Sifu. Sifu Cantonese, Shifu Mandarin.
He knows better than I. He's the Shaolin monk, not me. Shout out to Ranton. He probably doesn't need my shout outs. He knows what he's doing, I think.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm questioning myself about it, but yeah, anyway. Sifu. I'm gonna say it as this because the devs call it Sifu as well. Where do I even start with this? I say this all over every game, and I ended up like ranting about it. I think this is one of those games where I thought I was in a position when I started playing this game where I was really bored of everything. I was kind of burnt out on like video games and shit. And I played this, and it's a really simple concept. You basically you fight people. It's kind of like the same with Ren Goku, the one that I've talked about, the Terminator Liquid guy. You just fight enemies in this game, you kind of have some stuff. You find a key, you open another route and shit like that, but the main focus of the game is just fighting. And they made it so good. They just went ham on the mechanics. You have so much freedom to do whatever the fuck you want. You can take bats from the ground. You can just, and okay, bats on the ground and weapons picking up, that's like nothing new. The Punisher did that thing, or any other brawler games of back then. With this, however, this is, let me just open it, I'm keeping it here. This is a nice collection thing with the art pieces. It's really cool. I'm gonna lay them out here because it's fun, it's good. This is the art book. So this is, I'm sorry, I'm just admiring this at this point because I don't open it often. I mean, because I finished this whole game with the entire, I got the normal ending, I got the true ending. I think I unlocked most of, bump the camera, I think I unlocked most of the outfits in it. The only thing that was left is the challenges, which at that point I kind of played too much of it and I wanted to kind of like not stop so that I don't burn myself out again. We're talking about the combat. So this is a game, again, this is redeemed already, so yeah, whatever. I keep going on the tangents because I don't even know how to approach this subject. I'm not, I don't know, as someone who did martial arts when he was a kid, this made me feel like you know what you're doing. It's a hard, you get under. Oh my god, I'm like that kid. Like that what? You could. My mind is blank right now. It's easy to go like punch and kicks. That's fine. Blocking is a thing in this game, but it's kind of like they implemented some Sekiro stuff in it, where you have the balance meter. You have like a bar that, if it fills up, you get vulnerable, regardless of the blocking or anything. The only way you can block permanently and not have that disadvantage is to parry. And God, this is John Wick without guns. That's all I can say. I don't know how else to describe this game. This is goated. God, I don't even know what to say about it. It's good. Just go and play it. You even have the first mission, the second level you unlock is the club. You have the club scene, which is exactly, you feel like John Wick. You go in there and you just kick people's ass. The music is cool, and I have never slapped so many people in my life. I'm almost 30. That's a lot of slapping because it's Wing Chun, so you kind of like, you attack with like the back palm, and sometimes you fist people. Okay, never mind. You punch. Bad choice of words. There's like one barrage attack of like punches, and dude, that's just, you see the gameplay on the screen and just decide for yourself if this is worth it. Because I think taking the time and learning how to fight in this game is a very satisfying thing, and I think I want more of this. I want the developers to do more of this, because the other projects that they did, because they did another game with swords. It's basically the same thing with swords, but it's multiplayer. And I believe they did another thing that was similar with that. And I think that had a campaign, but it didn't really do well. But this did. This was cool. This was something different that we definitely needed in the gaming industry, because everyone wants all the companies go and do games for the modern audience. Nah. I don't know, man. This is a good game. I want to cry when I think about this. This is fun. This is one of the most fun games I've played in the last years. It's something new. It's different. The combat feels like you're actually fighting them. You don't just button mash. You can button mash in the beginning when you're new, to an extent. Don't make it a habit, because once you get in the habit of spamming buttons, it's game over. Because once you reach higher difficulties, you're gonna get your ass kicked. People are gonna counter you. Enemies counter you. Enemies parry you. The shit that you can do, most of the time the enemies can do too. I don't know, it's Wing Chun with something else. I don't know what style exactly this is. I'm not an expert. Saw Ranton's video, but I forgot the name. I'm mentioning Ranton because I believe I saw his video of Sifu. And then I remembered about Sifu, and I was like, hey, yeah, the fighting mechanic was dope as shit. So I keep mentioning Ranton. Hey, there's the channel if you want to check it out. It's really fun. Sometimes this guy has some good informational stuff that he's talking about, and he's really welcoming. And then in the second part of the video, I'm wondering if I have ADHD or not. I don't know how to end this, man. I think this game overwhelmed me. Go and play it. Go and get yourself some Sifu, which is master in Chinese or Mandarin. I don't know what language, but it's master. God, man. I'm gonna end it here because I don't know how to finish it. Video games don't cause violence, lag does. I'm gonna keep it at that. That was a video. Check it out. Other stuff. Check my other videos. Go play Sifu. Go play Sifu. Go play Sifu. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye. Nice. Nice.